Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Envy, EG, map 1. We're kicking it off on St. Marie and Hook, who had a master class of a game yesterday on this particular map. We'll see if he's able to get it done here as well. But let's take a look at the first hard point and the first pick coming in from Assault.
Yeah, just back and forth action right now. Classy trying to get in position. He's rocking that infantry bar, and there's Decimate. He has that infantry PPSH now. We spoke with some of the pro players. The reason they're doing this, yes, the extra attachment helps, but that strafe speed with the PPSH so helpful, makes it very tough for your opponents to win gunfights.
And honestly, it's a little bit more what you were used to before the meta change. I guess you're going to be vulnerable to stuns, but obviously these guys have been playing from a position like that throughout really the entire title. The difference is, yes, you're going to have 4 stuns on the map every spawn for the opposition, so is it a little bit tricky? Sure. Is it a little bit more greedy of a loadout? Absolutely. But we've seen some people find some success behind it. We've seen what members of Lightning Pandas pull it out, members of Optic Gaming pull it out. Now in this matchup, you're going to see it as well.
Yeah, definitely so. It seems a bit more of a selfish class. It seems like maybe one team resorting to a guy running that 4 attachment PPSH, but what a start for Envy. Able to find 44 points. EG, though, they did rotate over towards this winery lot. And there we go, Decimate. He's going to lose that first gunfight. Great job by Apathy and Assault to lock down this push.
Yep, exactly what you need after giving up so much time there at Restaurant. So far, so good. Envy trying to battle in with the close spawns here to ammo, but they haven't been able to break in the back. It's been all Assault and Apathy as they continue to lock it down. They haven't really been able to get through this first line of defense as Apathy wins gunfight after gunfight, whether players in front of him or behind the walls, things seem to go his way. Now pushing through the front, there's the break they get. So it was kind of a 2-2 split. You had 2 hitting ammo, 2 hitting from the front, the spawns flip to the opposite side, and then Envy's able to bust through.
Yeah, the reason that, you know, you had Envy spawning at that radio tower is because you had Ake so far pushed up in the field. When he realized that the push was going towards ammo, he rotated, so you had that split spawn happen. And that was exactly what you wanted from EG, but they give up a couple of kills, and then Envy able to break down in. They are going to get that scrap time, but EG already set up at parking lot. You can see what Envy's doing, though. They're going all the way around trying to get those spawns.
So this is tricky. Apathy wants to get this hard point time, but I think you want to try and get him out of here. Like, these nades are going to come soaring in. You don't want to get him picked so close to streaks, but he's able to use the cover on the vehicle. Now the push is going to come in. Is he able to win these gunfights? He spots one. Challenges, there it is. Glide bomb picked up, wants some more streaks. There's one player remaining here if he's able to find it, but Decimate will get cut down by Assault. But Apathy still on this streak, 6 kills in a row. And EG, after a big deficit early in this one, now picking it up. There, doesn't get the fighter pilot, so that won't be big on something like Lookout Post, but does get an artillery to fight with.
Yeah, definitely so. And we know how important that artillery can be on a hill like this, right? When we go to that second parking lot, if Envy does have control, Gino, he's going to try and fight this for this scrap time. Nice shots right there on Aches and Assault. He's going to get these final 12 seconds, but as you said, if you were EG, you would love to for Apathy to have that fighter pilot.
That's a nice grenade from Apathy. So that gets, what, Envy out of the hard point for what? There's 12 or so seconds left. They're not going to get there. It does give them a chance to fight 4-on-4, but
that's what I was going to say.
The gunfights immediately seem to, at least at the opening break here, go the way of EG. So that works out really well. You get Envy out of the hard point for 12 seconds, which is a nice little swing, and you get set out for Lookout Post, and you still have a streak available on Apathy here.
Yeah, exactly that. We've seen throughout this tournament and throughout this weekend, just teams getting better and better at locking down Lookout Posts. EG have a solid setup. They did have an abysmal start, but there we go. EG, they're going to invest into that streak. They're going to carve that artillery down.
It gets 1 kill. Apathy gets a kill with the artillery and also finds the second player lurking towards the hard point, which was Chino. They're trying to hug that, like, outskirt and get close to it around the backside. They're able to get in position, but unfortunately for them, Aches and Silly still able to pick up the kill. So EG now pushing this lead, despite the fact that Chino continues to find kills and flurries when he does find them. When you take a look at the top right, just talking about individual performances right now, is there anything that stands out to you, Joe?
I think Apathy at 14-8, I think he's having a great game. This is another guy, we know he can be a superstar. I mean, yes, you're getting a great game out of Assault. And then on the side of Envy, this is basically what they did yesterday against Optic. They just made the game close and then they exploded, right? That second half, that second rotation of hills is exactly when they went off. You already have Chino set up, bottom restaurant, just trying to stay alive, just waiting for help. But EG breaks on in.
Well, nice job by EG, because this is where you gave up 44 points the first time through. So you don't want to get dominated yet again by Envy and give up this lead that you've worked so hard to build. So EG nicely inside a restaurant. Decimate doing what he can, but it's Apathy. Sorry, Assault really that's able to pick up both of those kills. Nice job by him, and Assault now will be working towards those streaks. You saw, what, 6 kills in a row for App earlier, 5 in a row now for Assault. Assault comes into today with a top 5 KD, and he's looking to continue right where he left off, fully streaked out. You haven't had any streaks on Envy. They've all been for EG. They get the time in restaurant, they fix it there, and they have the spawns for next.
Yep, a great hill for EG. And as you said, Assault, this is a guy that you felt EG needed. They needed someone who just played that main AR role. Maybe one of the best pickups through roster mania. As you can see, he's 20-11 right now.
And you know that EG struggled to find their staple AR. You know, at times it felt like maybe it was going to be Eggs. You had Nameless take a crack at it as well. They never seemed to have that solid carry AR element to it. Now you have Assault, and he's doing one hell of a job here. There you see another artillery invested into the front, but EnVy trying their best to go ahead and break in. The comms have got to be on point as they're trying to flood through and deal with these streaks. Let's hop to an Astro Gaming listen-in with EnVy.
Box weak, box weak.
Back right, box one shot, box.
Andy, flank bottom one, flank bottom one.
Flank bottom one right now. Last guy, silly.
LL, dead. One front. LL, one shot, dead.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys can push, you guys can push.
They need me? Could be in tools, I'm not looking at it.
Okay, alley, by alley.
Front tools.
Two granny car.
Front tools.
In tools, one shot, eight.
Assault's one shot, glitch. Eggs absolutely no.
Try and hit him. I'll get time.
Alright, there's a guy glitch. Might push up green shed.
Push bottom right. Let's go, boys. We're down by 50. We can do this.
Where's green tower? Yeah, I knew it.
See, nothing bottom red yet. Weak green, bro.
Assault's green
Bottom
tower.
right now.
Need to stack that more.
Yeah.
One guy's bottom white.
Yo, bottom white.
Cross.
You can go pillar maybe? Assault was green tower.
Green tower, Assault's one shot, green tower.
I got a nade on him. Back up if you have to.
Push
you,
You got this, dude.
Front dead.
Yo, he's pulling back shoot.
Blue car. No, I spawned near the back. Like halfway.
They called in a glide. Blue car, one shot.
Box.
Guy in hills behind box. I couldn't get him. He's still there. Challenging alley.
What did you think overall of that listen-in?
I mean, it's just a lot of fun to hear the new EnVy, and you can sort of hear the personalities, the vibes that these guys are talking about. Very cool, calm, and collected, but very soft-spoken, right? All of these individuals you don't typically hear as the vocal leaders on teams, but someone's going to have to step up. For the most part, you even heard a lot of hoop.
My favorite part of it was probably the one line from Chino, like, hey guys, we're down 50, we can do this.
Yep.
Like,
Just
didn't
needed
sound
someone like
panicked,
that.
wasn't screaming out. Like, sometimes you'll hear like a Slasher or a Crim 6, maybe sound a little panicked in that moment sometimes, like yelling at the guys. Just seemed to be supportive. I thought that was one moment that kind of stood out to me, but we'll hop back over to the Evil Geniuses POV as they're the one with a 60-point advantage, and Assault still has a great streak to work with here on this particular hardpoint if he opts to invest it. But really, they got one player isolated in the hardpoint. That's going to be Chino. That's going to ultimately end up dropping, and now you have a top spawn for EG, bottom for EnVyUs, and the race is on for control here of Lookout Post.
Yeah, Assault 28 and 15. He does still have a fighter pilot. Decimate, though, he's starting to work on some streaks. The one good thing for EnVy is they were able to get that scrap time at parking lot. So the lead, only 47 points for EG, but there's that fighter pilot. We know how strong he can be. He's going to see all the EnVy members. He's able to find 3. Great job from Assault to use that fighter pilot.
Yeah, it's tough to deal with because if you're EnVy, you finally get set up and you can really start to mount this comeback.
Still get time, though. They're still getting time.
That's true. They get right back in. Maybe get them out of it for, 5 to 10 seconds, but they are able to hop back in. So now EnVy's got to do a better job because this is where the game really tilted for EG, right? They got great control of Restaurant and then also chain that into Winery. They need to at least hold here. If they're going to leave these spawns to EG, you at least got to rack up some time in Restaurant.
Yeah, definitely do, but I think that's a great job from EnVy to get that scrap time and win rotation over to Restaurant, but a couple of key kills going down. Hoot, the last player left, can he find any? No, great pre-fire out of Silly, 4 dead right away.
That's exactly what happened last time through.
Yeah.
They're set up inside a restaurant, suddenly it's one player isolated and they get chopped down and EG's in immediately. The one good thing you have for EnVy, at least this time you've got a couple players top, but they're lining up and Apathy's able to kill both. Now look where the spawn comes in. Bottom of the map, what a crucial play there from App is EG continue to make the plays down the stretch.
Yeah, they're on an 8 spree as a team. You still have Assault 34 and 17, really carrying the slaying weight, but everyone's stepping up right here. Just 30 more seconds to lock down this map number 1. They can't win it here, so we are going to rotate over towards Winery, but everything going the way of EG.
And this is a map where you need a strong AR presence. It's not like London Docks where maybe you don't need to put up the most kills. You can rely on your subs. You have to have a strong AR. And Cheeto, not having the best of games despite the fact that he has nearly 2 minutes in the hard point. If you just take a look at it statistically, Assault's having his way with the side of EnVy.
No, definitely so, and maybe that's one criticism of sort of the EnVy roster changes. Chino, he was, yeah, a solid AR, but it was a lot of focus on accuracy on that last TK roster, so Chino's going to have to step it up the longer this series goes on, and while he's doing that right there, able to find 2.
Is that all they need to break in? They've broken in for the most part, but there's still an ammo spawn coming in. The 2 players have got to wrap back as quickly as possible because Classic is going to be last man up. The race is on. 3 players trying to get over from Lookout Post. Will they get there in time to set up? Okay, Chino's here now, so he'll be able to get the cross to the bar. Able to tuck away in a corner. That's a gunfight you need to take, but Apathy able to get the better of him.
Yeah, and I think the big thing,
17 points.
I think the big play, though, was Silly. He hit the front of the hill, and he was able to cut down 2. That stopped the reinforcements for EnVy, and look how far he's pushing out. You'll love to see this if you are an EG fan. He's able to find another 2 as well. 3 go down. EG should take map number 1 right here unless Classic can pull some heroics. Not gonna happen.
I don't think they're going to be able to get in time. The last one gets cut down, and EnVyUs able to take the map 1 off Envy behind an incredible performance from Assault.
Yeah, definitely so. They just had that lead after really the first 45 seconds on that restaurant hill. We go to a winery hill. They're able to respond there, and then that parking lot one, that's where they established their lead, and everything just went well from there on out.
Wow. All right, so just like the rest of this weekend, throw any kind of predictions out the window. We both felt maybe this was favoring Envy, but EG are able to strike first. I see you looking at the scoreboard. Anything else that really jumped out to you outside of the Assault bomb that you dropped?
I mean, I just think the Envy slaying wasn't there in that map number 1. I mean, you obviously had Chino and Hook. Didn't have the best game 1. We'll see, though. Man, I love Jack in the Box tacos.
Me too. I want to wear that thing later, if you don't mind. If you don't mind. I love some tacos. So do I. Let's grab some after this. I think maybe you were supposed to do one and I was supposed to do one. I'm not really entirely sure. We tried our best, guys. We tried our best. Just know that we're excited for tacos and we love some goddamn Jack in the Box. But what we love even more is the Call of Duty World League. And we've got to get deeper into this best of 5. Now, so you get the game 1, obviously, to EG. Envy has got to answer back on the search and destroy. I didn't have a pen and paper up here, so I wasn't able to jot down the full best of 5. But it was what, Arden, and Docs, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so going to Arden, what are your keys to victory on a map like Arden Forest when you're talking about search?
I mean, just being able to lock down these bomb sites, right? When we talk about really the defensive setups, how can teams hold that B site, and then when will teams switch it up at A? You know, going towards that cabin side. You know, you have smokes now, but you won't be able to stop that rush, right? Stuns aren't that effective anymore when you talk about armored. So the guys that are playing cabin wall, they're going to have to do a very solid job, at least getting one, making it 3v3. So if you are going to retake that A side, it's a little bit easier for you. But then you talk about that B side, it's going to be tough. I feel like this is the one map where maybe the changes sort of help the offensive team.
You got to think so. It's going to be more difficult to slow them down. Like you said, whether you're hitting mid, whether you're trying to fly towards B, it's going to be very difficult to just slow that tempo. And we'll see how it's going to ultimately play out. You got to think if you're the Envy roster, you bring in Chino, who's been a great player on Force, especially holding that A site. We've seen him do that so strong. And then you get a guy like Decimate, which you expect to really come and shine in a map like Search. So you know the pieces for Envy that need to go off. What about for EG? Like, you have Silly coming to this team, Assault coming to this team. I don't think guys that have necessarily been known for strong search play exactly. So who are you looking at to really step it up? I mean, Apathy's made this Force his own a couple times. He said he had like that 14-0 game, didn't he?
Yeah, definitely so. I think Apathy's one that you can talk to. He plays that B site, right? He's going to use that PPSH, sort of get into that U area, try to lock it down. But a guy like Ace, he's always an X factor in Search and Destroy. If he can have a stable performance for Evil Geniuses, this is definitely going to be a solid map for them.
And going up 2 would be so big in this best of 5. I don't feel like we've had too many reverse sweeps this weekend. I know we talked about the fact there's been a lot over the past couple events, but not that many that are at least standing out to me at least this weekend. So you want to get that edge, obviously, before you head into an Arden Forest CTF. But Envy desperately need to battle back here.
Yeah, and I think something that we could just sort of look at is how are the duos going to play out, right, on the defensive side, because that's always so important. Through these roster changes, are there going to be some switch-ups? Just not too sure yet.
It's very true. Yeah, that's going to be exciting, kind of see how the breakdown goes. Where these key gunfights are going to fight. Like I love looking at like who's going to be the battle on A, who's going to be the battle mid-map, where's the battle going to happen on B. So we'll kind of break that down early in these rounds as we take a look at the setups for these teams. Because guys, I mean, we've been casting, you know, throughout the course of the weekend. We haven't been able to see every single matchup for a lot of these new teams. I know for you guys, that's part of the excitement of this weekend, seeing how these new teams match, how these new teams have the setups. But take a look at this. Assault currently leading all players in S&D KD at Seattle. So I mentioned that maybe these guys not as known for their surge with Assault and Silly coming in, but Assault certainly having one hell of a weekend. And we know statistically it's not shocking, really. Maybe is it this year, based on how he's done? Yes, but historically, the Assault always got to put some numbers.
Yeah, definitely so. And you have to talk about sort of the Assault and Ace duo. Even back in the old Cloud9 rosters, those two have a lot of chemistry, so maybe that's helping him out. Maybe he feels a lot more comfortable on this EG lineup.
Okay, so who's it going to be? It's going to be a 3-stack, actually, defensively for Envy on that B site. Chino, as expected, will be that guy towards A in the mid side, but despite the fact they have 3 players here, Apathy is going to be able to get that first pick. He's a guy we both talked about. He can be so strong here with pushing forward. He does get the entry. This allows Assault to get to a power position up top. There's one down below him. He's actually going to get picked. So now a 3-on-2 advantage. You have the site. It's going to be on Decimate and Chino to try and retake here. Decimate gets a big pick. They are able to get Chino before he is able to get these shots at the top. Well, Assault was already picked, so it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, definitely so. But you saw at the start of that round, right? That offensive push. Smokes go down, nades go down. It's so tough to defend early on, but Decimate left in a 1 versus 2.
And Decimate, we saw him clutch a big 1v1 earlier. Again, a guy that comes in for the search and destroy prowess. Can he make the play here? 1v2. Some time to work with, 30 seconds. He needs to take out Ake's top before it's going to be easy for him to at least make a play. He knows where both players are. You just got to start getting something going, and unfortunately, every time he tries to peek, he's getting peppered by Aches, and Aches is doing a good job getting some shots in, staying down, making sure he can't get picked. What happens is he's going to get dropped, and suddenly, this is interesting. Decimate's weak. Aches is going to push him, though, and Aches able to take the one-on-one. Aches played that well.
No, definitely did, but I'm honestly surprised he didn't take that first gunfight right there. Maybe he did have to just reload. Maybe that's all it was, but he gets a couple of bullets in. There was still time for Decimate, to regen his health, challenge one more gunfight. But the most part, Apathy, he overpeaked just a little bit, right? You have Aches in that powerful position. Just stay down and watch that cross. As soon as you sort of get him towards that B bomb site, that's when you can both attack. But he gets punished right there.
That's really what Decimate was waiting on. Like, punishing somebody. He thought he was going to have maybe Aches a couple of times. So Aches was doing a good job just peeking, getting a couple shots, and then backing down. Now let's take a look at what EnVy can do on the offensive end of things. The 3 stack on D. Didn't end up working out. Apathy, another first blood, this time with an AR.
Yeah, so you can see Aches and Apathy, they're going to be the duo at B, but the rotation's already in a silly. He's going to go back towards that middle, but in a 3v4, Decimate is going to get top ruins, so still a very powerful spot, but he's going to be the one to try to equalize this one out to be a 3v3.
It looks like he's just going to wrap right into B and get assistance here. He's not going to take that gunfight at mid, not worry about maybe trying to catch anybody in the A site. He's going to get with his teammates, and now Decimate able to play equalizer. 3 versus 3, Hook planting the bomb.
You saw those nades come in from EG, yeah, but once again, stun's not going to affect Decimate in that position. Apathy able to find another one, but a solid angle onto Assault. He weakens him, but not able to find the kill, but Chino's there to help him out.
Apathy moving forward, though, starting to get into position here. Assault's going to fly top. Apathy's going to try and get an angle. Assault rips off Decimate's head. Now it's Chino's turn in a 1 versus 2. This time a little bit different as they have bomb planted, but the peek's going to come in. Apathy thinks he has the kill finish, but ultimately they're able to get it down. Plenty of time for the defuse. Apathy does a lot of the legwork there as he's able to get 2 kills, another first blood to his name, and even though he doesn't finish a third, kind of sets it up for Assault.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, he's using the AR, he's using the PPSH. So far, so good for Apathy. And I thought it was interesting. They get that first blood, and then they back on up. They give EnVy they give them the site. They allow them to plant it. They allow Decimate to get top ruin. So a bit of an interesting play.
Were you surprised then when EnVy backed up and allowed Assault to get the top ruins? Because I didn't see the gunfight exactly, but he was able to get a headshot, I believe, onto Decimate and take him off the map because they didn't really have those, I guess, powerful control points for EnVy.
Yeah, definitely so, but here we go. You can see EG starting to go towards this A site. So now what is Chino going to do? See, yes, that's done. It's going to let him know that they're there, but not going to stop the push. Can he find Silly? He does. Great job by Chino. I'm surprised Silly even challenged that gunfight. Maybe just try to sprint over that wall.
Well, this time, you're going to have a 4v3 retake opportunity for EnVy due to the pick from Chino. Bomb getting planted now by Apathy. They know one is in cave. Now they need to get more information here and look for another opening kill. Really, you just can't allow EG to really allow one player to maybe get a 2-piece in this type of situation, even the odds. When it gets traded. Hook wrapping in from the backside. Decimate trying to peek through ice. Classic tries to hit up through the mid, and he's going to drop. So quickly, it's a 3v3. All of a sudden, it's Hook and Decimate, so your man advantage has disappeared as Apathy and Assault find kills. So Hook comes to the back. Hook's able to get 2. And now it's Apathy who has to clutch. He's been brilliant thus far. He's 5-1, but can't do it. Hook with 3 kills. That flank through bunker into cave is so big. Was that more a play by Hook or a bit of a miscommunication there on the side of EG?
I think it was a miscom because you saw Assault. He got some shots taken into him. They had to realize that Hook was going to push through that cave sooner or later. In a 3v2 situation with 20 seconds left, just get on that cabin wall. You know where both players are. Just seems they just forgot about Hook for a half second. He capitalized.
Yeah, well, the guy back rock gets shot in the back. Then the player cave gets shot in the back. Like, that just can't happen. That's why it seems like it's a miscommunication. Like, that just cannot happen, especially in a round like that where EG's like close to sort of starting to bury him, but you let them get right back in this.
And that's a huge round for Hook because he was 0-2. He had a slow map 1, so maybe that gets his confidence going for the rest of the series.
Well, we're on board with Apathy yet again. He's had 2 first bloods of this. He's hungry for a third. He's got a good opportunity to do it. He sees one cross. There's another first blood for Apathy. He has been dominating the B site. Now 6-2. He's got more kills than the rest of his team combined.
Yeah, just as soon as that kill goes down, Hook puts bullets into Apathy, but the trade's not there. That trade has to come in from Envy. Someone else needs to step up. Now Chino and Decimate left in a 2v3. Chino is able to find Apathy, but let's see, Chino is pushing up though. He's trying to find an angle. He's gonna get caught out by Aches.
Decimate by himself. Nice shots, though. At least pick up one head. Aches gets tagged as well. All right, so he's got a sub to work with here. He knows the position, I believe, of both players. Not a lot of time to work with, though, and you see Bomb down at Bell. If you're EG, you're just going to play your life. Okay, he just wants to fly. He wants to push on forward. Ace is going to get the information. He knows who the second is. Oh, I was going to say, I didn't know if he was trying to go back and get the bomb or just maybe reposition, but he gets lined up.
No, I definitely did. I was a little confused there. I was going to say, he forgot the bomb. He was just playing a ring around the Rosie, around that pillar, but here you see Assault. Just holds down that left trigger.
Yeah, if he had like 20 more seconds to work with, maybe he's able to reposition, make a play from a different angle, but just not a lot he can do there.
No, definitely not. Maybe if he catches Ace there, just sort of over-peeking there. He knows where both players were.
And that's, I mean, that's a guy maybe you want in that situation, though. He's had a couple 1v2s now. You got to think, you keep putting him in that spot, eventually maybe one of these is going to go Decimate's way. Okay, so Apathy has the glide bomb. Nate's over the top, smokes out in the middle, and Apathy gets hit on the cross, so doesn't get slowed down by any stuns. He gets slowed down by the STG of Chino, and finally, our opening to a round that goes the way of Envy. Assault now left all by his lonesome, but he does have a hefty chunk of time to play with. Unfortunately, if you're Envy, you probably realize you've got Bomb down at B.
Yeah, that's exactly it. As soon as they hear that sound cue go off, they know they just have to reposition, set up towards B. Now it's almost like you're playing this like you have the bomb planted at B, right? As this is a guy left in a 1 versus 3 assault. He gets spotted, and what you can see on that minimap, all 3 players are Envy. They're going to soar on in, eventually take him out. A big round for Envy to get back in the game.
Nice job by Envy here, as they keep hanging around, right? Like you could say EG has certainly looked the superior team throughout this series, but Envy doing enough to just stay in this. And they need to take this map. Shot of the newcomer Chino. You know, you mentioned that you think he was a steal. You know, anytime you can get an MVP from the current year onto your squad, you feel pretty good about it. Yeah. Here we go. EG still has the edge. Look at this. They're gonna. It looks like 3 hitting up mid on defense. They're gonna be very, very aggressive here, and they're gonna push Envy back almost immediately. Chino gets a second opportunity there. He's able to connect. Apathy. He's either found first bloods or been first blooded. You got to feel good about Envy's chances, not only when you have a 4v3, but you've got Apathy off the map.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Apathy's been the guy opening up the round for EG. Ace, though, he pushes up top Ruins. He's able to find 2. That's a big double kill right there out of Ace as he finds Decimate as well.
What do you think about what they did after the first blood? Do you think maybe they should have played that a little bit differently, or is that just a great play by Ace?
I mean, you could always go back and criticize. Maybe they were trying to just reposition for a B hit, but yeah, as soon as you get that first blood, maybe it's tough. I mean, they haven't hit A once. Maybe you rotate over towards that bomb site, but maybe they felt EG was playing so aggressive. They had so much map control. And you saw Ache 7-3, having a great game. Silly, though, on the side of EG, 0-5. We'll see if he can find a kill here. This would be a big round for them.
Chino and Classic slowly working their way forward. A lot of pressure on Chino to try and connect here with the sniper yet again in this round. They need him to hit it, but they're not going to matter. Classic already picked as Aches and company able to get it down. Did Aches actually get these final 2 as well?
Assault.
Oh, Assault. Yeah. Okay. But still, I mean, obviously Aches the difference maker in that round. The first blood comes in, then he pushes Ruins, and they pushes top Ruins, able to find a couple of kills. We didn't see it from his POV, but that was absolutely the difference maker.
No, definitely so. And I mean, I like that switch up from Chino to pull out that sniper rifle. You know, we saw what he was able to do yesterday against Optic, right? He ran right down the middle of the map, pretty similar to that, backsign up, able to find Apathy. We'll see if he keeps that out in the later rounds, but once again, it looks like EG, they're gonna hit this A bomb site as the 3 stack comes in from Envy towards B.
Just remember, last time Silly challenged the gunfight and got caught. You gotta think maybe, okay, this time there's a
better smoke.
Yes, exactly, a better smoke, and they're able to get across. Apathy almost gets killed, but no first blood to Chino this time. So now you'll have the A site in a 4-on-4, whereas last time you were trying to play it from a man down and, you know, Hook comes in the flank, things fall apart. You've got a better opportunity. You're able to watch all the angles right now with 4 players. You feel good about the setup, but can Envy once again retake on this site?
And it looks like it's going to start with Assault. Hook once again already in bunker. Assault just trying to play time. Only 30 seconds left. You see EG so bunched up. Assault's gonna peek that. Can he find one? That's a big gunfight win from Classic. The rest of the guys of Envy are gonna push on up now.
Here comes the push. They don't have a lot of time to work with, though. They're starting to flood in. 2 versus 2, 20 seconds on the clock, and Silly's able to make the play on the bomb, but Hook now turns it into a one-on-one. Hook trying to take the gunfight, but it's Silly that's able to make the play, and that's a big play from him because he started out very slow in this one.
No, definitely so. To find these last 2 kills, and that's the confidence, right, that you want to continue to see. I mean, yeah, you're 0-5 at this point, or 1-5, whatever it is, but just to see that, you know what, I got this player weak, I'm going to keep following it up. That's a big gunfight win from him.
And now, what, 5-2, right?
Yeah, definitely so. But you can see the adjustments that teams have to make to defend that A site, right? Those smokes comes in. The stuns aren't effective, so Envy, they're just giving up that A site and trying to retake it.
Yeah, why do you think it's a little bit different? You know, you typically see Cheeto maybe playing on the wood wall. Now we see him playing more towards mid in the spot that we saw Accuracy typically playing that old TK team with Chino. What do you think is the main reason for the difference? Is it the change in the meta more than likely?
Just with everybody running armored, you can't stun those guys that are pushing very quickly. Everyone has armored on, so stuns aren't effective. And then, I mean, we were talking to Chino, well, before that, after he's going to call in a glide bomb. We were talking to Chino before this event started. He said, yeah, the spots that I typically play at A, sometimes now I'm just proning, hoping someone runs into me, but it seems they're just giving it up altogether.
Apathy with his 4th first blood there behind the glide bomb. Will that be the dagger in this game too? They've got the man advantage. Apathy should be flanked in a moment here. He's about to drop. There comes the kill. He does at least get the grenade out over the top. But as Hook finds the kill, it evens the odds. Ake's POV now as he's trying to get something going. There's one top ruins. He saw one behind the bomb as well. Decimate, maybe wide peeks for a moment there. There's an opening for a second for Aches, but he's going to get back down. But at the same time, it's Assault that's able to find the head.
Yeah, and if you look at that minimap, you can see that Silly is so focused on the flank because they thought Hook was going to push through cabin. Now Silly left in a 1v2 as Decimate and Hook find a couple. And there we go. He gets cleaned up. And just that presence that Hook pushed through towards A. Silly had to watch the flank. They couldn't allow him to flank on through.
Well, he got that first kill right on Apathy. Then what, reps back and able to find his second. That's exactly what EnVy needed, because just desperately trying to stay in this game too. As Hook continues to add on memorable moments to his run here in Seattle. But they're going to need a lot more of him here, and just in this map alone, because they're going to have to rip off 3 more.
Yeah, and it looks like EG gonna go back to a default B, but you do have Apathy playing very aggressive. He's just gonna go towards that fire tank, just in case EnVy put any pressure. But you see the adjustment that EnVy had to make. They 4-stacked at A site. Now they have to try and retake B. So EnVy are just trying to counter EG, just try to catch them off guard.
I love this. He spots me. He goes. No hesitation. He's just flying through. A teammate's going to drop it. He's in a great position. Here's Decimate from behind. Can't finish the second, though. Assault's able to win it from the top, but it is going to be a 2-on-1. Apathy now has to be the hero. Apathy gone, and EnVy another round. Talk to me about the change in defense that you saw.
Yeah, you just saw that EnVy. Well, they couldn't defend A, so they just try to 4-stack it. EG head towards that B site. Really what EnVy are hoping for is, hey, if they go A again, all 4 of us are going to be here in great positions behind that cabin wall.
When have we, I can't think of like a single time I've seen a 4-stack at A. I'm sure there has been, but.
Usually if you have streaks, you give up B at times.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That's true. But it's pretty rare. Yes. It's pretty rare, especially in that situation without streaks. But it works out. So they're able to get it through some hyper-aggressive play. Decimate immediately hits through the flank. You get a lot of pressure in through you. And EG not ready for the change of pace from EnVy.
Now here's the first time EnVy's gone towards this A site. Smoke comes in, and EG, they're gonna play the standard defense. 1 in cabin, 1 towards this back rock. What can they do? Assault and Silly have to stop this push. EnVy though, they're starting to get towards that cabin wall, which can be so strong, but Assault finds that first blood on to Decimate. Silly follows him up on Hook.
This could be it. This could be it. This should be it. The flank developing as well. Ake is gonna be coming on their flank, not gonna even be needed as Apathy is able to locate the kill. Classic, the last one up. And EG now 1 map away from top 6.
Yeah, great showing from them so far. Yeah, this was their map pick. We're gonna go to an Arden Forest, capture the flag, but I feel like EG will be very strong on that one when you look at this roster, the way Assault's been playing throughout this series. So far, so good for EG. This could be, 1 map win, yeah, as you said, from top 6.
Wow.
That's a turnaround.
I didn't expect the 3-0 from either side, but if there was going to be a 3-0, my gut told me it might be EnVy, but that is not the case. EG able to take the hard point. An incredible performance in the search and destroy, and now 1 map away from getting into the top 6. We'll see if they can close it out in the CTF. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CWL Seattle. What may go down is CWL, no one knows what the hell's going on. Since it's just been filled with unpredictable results, really from top to bottom. You got a loser's bracket that looks a lot more like a winner's bracket. I don't know what else there is to say. It's been insane. I'm excited to see how it finishes over the next day and a half.
No, I was just on Twitter just reading the fact that FaZe, Luminosity, Optic, all these teams are in the loser's bracket.
We got Jack from Jack in the Box in the crowd. Go up, say hello, enjoy some damn tacos. But Joe, I'm pumped to see how this series concludes. I mean, EG, I feel like you have to bury Envy. Just close this game out 3-0. You don't want this Envy team with all the talent they have on it to find some legs, find maybe a second win in this series and start to push forward and maybe go the distance, get it to a game 4, get it to a game 5. We saw the series versus Optic. I think the potential of this Envy roster, have we seen them play to the full potential in this particular best of 5? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either, but this is sort of where the new Envy is going to be tested, right? Down 0-2 in a series. How are those vibes right now, right? Backs are against the wall. You lose this, you go to a very grueling loser's bracket. Honestly, you want to stay in the loser's bracket. You do not want to drop there.
I mean, obviously that is common sense at all tournaments, but in this one specifically, yeah, you don't want to get near that. It's just like dropping into a lake filled with piranhas. Like, it's just not something that you want to do. But I like what you said. Yeah, this is a test, absolutely. And you know, the interviews we've heard with Chino and talking to this team, the vibes are good. They never feel like they're out of it. They always feel like they can come back. And you know, you kind of heard that in the comms in the Game 1 hardpoint. But it's a little bit different now when you're not in pool play, you're in winner's bracket, and you're tested so early. It's going to be interesting.
No, it definitely is. And I mean, again, Chino was a part of that Team Caliber team who was so clutch, right? When they were put in these situations for a while, when they won back-to-back championships, this is where he shined. He was a kind of a guy who always stepped up when TK needed him.
He's got to do it here. They need him in a big way. Really, the entire EnVy roster has got to turn it around. They got to turn it around right now on Arden Forest CTF. I guess it's hard, you know, with CTF, we know how important the game mode is from a sense of communication. Very minimal mistakes. We're actually, hold up, we're going to hop into a different series, I guess, right now. This is going to be, I assume, a loser's bracket match right now between Luminosity and GGEA Orange. You can check that out on the Charlie stream. Luminosity, we'll see if their struggles continue. I'll tell you one thing that stands out to me immediately. There's a lot of time off the clock at a very low score. You've almost got 2 minutes off it, and it's a, 70 to 60 game.
Yeah, you have to think about this as well, right? Luminosity didn't have the best performance in pool play. They got dead last, right? This is for top 20. If they would lose this, they would be top 24. And really what that just says to me is they didn't have a lot of time to sort of cool off, right? You come off a loss, and then you immediately have to go play a GGA Orange team who, once again, is just trying to prove themselves that they could compete with the best teams in the world.
Yeah, and you'd like to see if Orange can go on a run. I can't remember which player it was from the team exactly, but after they fell in relegation, they were obviously 1 win away from getting into Stage 2, guaranteeing that spot in Champs. And do I think it's a team we're going to see at Champs? I do. But they don't get into Stage 2, and a couple of the guys were devastated. Like, it almost like, don't want to be here this weekend, don't know what I'm playing for, like, almost like I might need to hang it up type thing. Yep. But here they are. They're still fighting. Unfortunately for them, you draw a team like LG a whole hell of a lot earlier than you need to. And once you get past them, if you do, it doesn't get any easier.
Yeah, and JCap right now, well, 16-6 on a 4 spree, having a great game so far. That's big for LG, so that just gives them time. Can a guy like John and Octane just step up and start to take over this series? But so far, so good. A very close game 1.
Trying to build onto this lead as we now get into Courtyard, but there's still 2 players in the back. Look at all of the LG roster sort of around that 50-yard line near mid-map. The only person really back here to try and make a play is going to be Slacked, but the gunfights continue to go Orange's way. But that's maybe the reason you've seen so much time off the clock. I mean, you spend, what, it was 23 seconds before anyone touches the hard point here in Courtyard. Surely that's a little bit unusual.
Yeah, they're just trying to make sure they have those spawns locked up, make sure there's nobody in the back of Luminosity, just trying to really fight for those. And once again, nobody on that hill. Spoof is going to get right back on him, but with 3 kills, you'd see Luminosity, they're going to start to rotate towards that Castle Road. Hills number 2 and 3, those are those money hills on Gibraltar Hardpoint. And you gotta feel for LG. Again, a team that is been top 3, the most consistent team, I think, throughout the year. And
yeah, they have.
Here they are fighting for top 20.
It's like, it's just insane. It's one thing, like, all right, if they were to get 3rd in a pool, that's surprising. 5th in a pool doesn't make any damn sense.
No.
It's just crazy. It's crazy, but they are able to retake the lead here, and at least in the previous hard point, like we mentioned, there was such a fight for the spawns that Orange didn't get as much time as they could have, right? They got a little over 35 seconds, I believe. Now if you're LG and you can counter with a full 60 here on Castle Road, you're going to kind of take that sequence of events because you chop some time at least off of what Orange is potentially able to get, and then you get a full hold. And so far, it looks like they're going to be able to do that. So a nice little sequence here from LG.
Definitely so. You could see on the X-ray, 3 GGA Orange players, they just spawn up, start to rotate already towards Turret and JCap. He's going to go all the way around this hill. He's going to go on a big pinch. First, he's going to take care of Nova so they can get top middle control. He's going to continue to push on down.
Just keeps soaring forward, seeing what he can find. Just sprints all the way here to top ladder. A nice gunfight win for Cap. He is crushing right now, 22 and 9. He's been a little up and down as of late, but we've seen, I mean, there was a point where we were talking about him as like a top 3 flex player. I mean, he was having very, very consistent results for a period of time, at least throughout this game. Now you're seeing the potential of somebody like JCap yet again. There's the glide bomb coming in, close to picking up maybe a mortar and a fighter pilot as well. Wow! Great shots yet again into top cave, and there's the full streaks in the lead for Luminosity really starting to build.
And I imagine JCap, I couldn't tell you his worst placing. Like, I highly doubt it's. I bet you his worst placing is like top 12, maybe top 16. I can't even imagine the last time. I mean, once again, they've been in so many winners finals, so many top 3. So for Cap, he's trying to make a statement. He's trying to make sure that this placing isn't on his resume. He's trying to make a loser's bracket run.
I think heading into playoffs, what was the stat? He was in 6 of the last 7 winners bracket finals. I mean, that's outrageous. Has he found a lot of wins over that time? No, but still the fact that he's in that position, guaranteed top 3, is ludicrous in and of itself. And now you've got a real long way to go if you're going to get top 3, and it's not going to be through the winners bracket final, that's for sure.
No, it definitely is. They're going to play
because that's impossible.
They're going to play a lot of Call of Duty. Yeah. They are going to play a ton if they want to make a run.
And sometimes maybe if you're a top team, like maybe a deep run through a loser's bracket can reset things in a way. Who stands? Somebody comes to mind. Maybe Optic in Atlanta last year, like when they were having some struggles. They had that deep run, and it seemed to kind of fix things for them for the rest of the year. Red had a great run, but I wouldn't say they've necessarily found a lot of success after that run.
But I think the big thing is, right, when you talk about this run, just how long can they go for, right? When do they start to lose that energy? You know, you saw it at Atlanta. Like, yes, Red Reserve, great run, got to the final, but then they got smoked by Rise. So it's always something we discuss, especially Saturday night, Championship Sunday.
Joe, this game was tied up at 104-104 at one point.
Yes, it was.
If you took a look at the top right, there was like 3 kills in a row for Cap, 3 for Octane, 4 for John, 5 for Slack until they all started dropping. So there was just a sequence there where Luminosity completely and utterly took over the game. They still have a lot of streaks to work with as well. They're set up here for Courtyard. It's not that crazy battle for spawns like we saw last time. They're set up a little bit more comfortably, but a couple of picks do come in. We'll see where the spawn comes in for LG, so it's still safe. They're still in a good position. They have one player flanking through that turret room as well, so Spoof should drop in a moment. And this is where they can more than likely win the game. JCap only has a glide bomb to work with, but they're finding all the kills. You got Octane and top window. They all spawn out there at turret, and one by one, he cuts down all of them, and that might end the game.
So I was just messaged by a buddy. Supposedly, JCap and John last year, I believe it was at Anaheim, they did place top 24, and they got knocked out in losers round 1 by this GGA Orange team, by this lineup.
So, what, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's kind of a crazy stat. I love that. Tell your friend thank you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
But they only need 8 more points to at least pick up this first game. And not only did they get a big chunk of time there at Courtyard, but obviously, you take a look at the minimap, they got the spawns for Castle Road as well. This game should be over, unless something insane happens.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're Orange, right, do you expect to take a hard point away from a team like LG? Maybe you steal one, but if they're going to extend this series, it's definitely going to be in that search and destroy. Maybe they look at that CTF. We'll see if Orange can battle back in the series later on.
Well, we're going to hop out of that one and right into Heretics Epsilon. So another losers bracket match. Guys, thanks for bearing with us. It's a 2-0 game in the winners bracket right now between EG and EnVy. They have the edge. I believe they're just dealing with a little bit of an audio issue right now that delayed the series to begin with. They're trying to get that fixed, and then we're going to hop right back in. But for now, we'll just show you a little bit more of the action going on at CWL Seattle. Thank you guys for your patience, and trust me, we'll get back to it as quickly as we are able to. But for now, we'll touch on a couple of the European teams still alive in the event. This has been a painful weekend for most of your not even top European team, just really from top to bottom, everyone's sort of been struggling this weekend.
No, definitely so. I think the one good thing for Epsilon you could take away from this weekend is they get back into stage 2, right? And maybe that was their main goal, but once they got into pool play, they got destroyed.
I talked to Reedy outside for a little bit, and Reedy, he got a little bit ticked when I called him out a little bit on trading shots before, when he first joined Epsilon. Right after that, though, they find their first couple wins, so he's outside with me, and he goes, can you just destroy us on trading shots, please? Like, just rip into us. We suck. We need the motivation. I was like, oh, okay. If that's what you guys need, all right.
I think it was like them and maybe Tana Mines who had like a 1 in 12 map count in pools. Yeah, not too good.
It is not too good, that is for sure. But Heretics, a team that has been consistently, at least over the past, 2 months or so, making it into, they made it to pool play a couple of times, made it into that champ bracket, but now, yes, again, champ bracket. This time a little bit deeper of a run they're going to have to do as they weren't able to make it into pool play, though.
Yeah, definitely so. And this is a tough start as they're going to have to take down a team who has a ton of experience in Epsilon, but maybe it's a team that they have a ton of practice against. You feel a little bit more comfortable when you look across and see guys that, you're familiar with.
That is true. Lucky was on a 7 streak. That is going to come to an end, though, finally, as he will fall. And they'll still have a bit of a lead here, but they're trying to fight out of cave right now as Epsilon have the preferred side in setup, but as they're able to bully their way out behind kills from Methods and Lucky, that's going to be maybe the opening they need. There is a presence at mid-map here for Epsilon, which is going to help them kind of clear them out, as you've got one kind of pushed up all the way to their front bricks, just making sure they set up for the next hard point with 10 seconds remaining. But that smoke's going to make that gunfight for Reedy a little bit more obnoxious than maybe it needed to be. Somehow he's still alive in this and picks up an assist as well.
Yeah, Dave, top middle, able to find a couple of kills. Nobody yet, though, from Epsilon in this hill. You saw, there we go, Dave able to push top middle and find Methods. Methods was in such a good position. Didn't allow Vortex to get into the hill, but now they have control. A very close game here between Heretics and Epsilon. We will be joining that main stage match as soon as possible.
I feel like this is almost exactly what we saw in the last game from like a play clock. Like 2 minutes off it already, like a pretty low scoring game. As no one's really been able to dominate control, and you've seen a decent amount of contests coming through for either side as well. But with under 30 to go here at the pit center, you can see spawns control the right side of the minimap for Epsilon, so they'll be set up for that courtyard once we get out of here. And they still have a decent presence here mid-map as Vortex continues to dip, dive, and dance, but finally caught by Lucky. And this is going to be a big opening here for Heretics, but I think we're ready, I believe, to hop into Alpha. So let's get back to our money match, the big one in the winner's bracket round 1. Again, a fight here for a top 6 position, and EG so close. Now, I'm going to be, we don't usually talk about tech issues too much, but I want to ask you, just as a former player, when something happens like this, and you're maybe EG who's hot, you've got a 2-0 lead, and there's been, would you say maybe a 10-minute, 15 minutes between the commercial break and also hopping into 2 maps? There's been a bit of a break here, so does that maybe help out EnVy at all?
I think so. Why not? Sort of cool off EG a little bit. There you see, though, EG. Efficient flag pulls for them. They have captured 75% of their flag pulls at Seattle. They are #1. So
wow,
we'll have to watch that. And
that's a hell of a stat.
I believe we saw too that the only map they play or have played this weekend has been Flag Tower. So that's even more interesting.
Yeah, that really is, right? Let's take a look now at the opening break from either side. Apathy just roaming in ruins, seeing what he can find. Ake's going to be backside of Cavan as he wins a nice one-on-one there against Classic. He's going to get pushed as well. He should be able to hit Chino and get some information that he's there. Just guesses the wrong side and will be picked up. That's not going to be 3 down for Evil Geniuses. All the pressure going to be coming to Assault. He's at least at a powerful position, but Chino wants absolutely none of it. Now EG off spawn. They're going to get that cabin spawn, which is the scary one in this game because you can overextend so quickly. One does get through to open it up, so it's Silly that's able to get through and get the touch, and Aches finds 2 kills. You said no. What frustrated you there?
I wouldn't like to see Chino overextend there and just overpeak that position. He knew Aches had the angle on him. Silly was already through. Just play your life. Set yourself up in a position like this where you can cut off Silly. Instead, Apathy, he's going to be on the hunt. He's able to find one on the Decimate. You can see there's a pinch forming. You have Aches towards that flag. Oh, that's a great kill by Classic because now the flag can get to that position where it's just so tough to get past.
Yep, they win one-on-ones on both sides of the pinch. It's basically obliterated there. So nothing going to come through, and now EnVy able to move forward and try to find these openings. Chino, shots in, nade in. That might do some damage and pick up a kill. It actually isn't going to connect, so all 4 players of EG still going to be up in this. Oh, not anymore, though. Grenade connects, Decimate finds the pick, and now you've got a 2-on-2. Nice win from Classic. They're trying to locate in the back. The return should come in, and that's going to be score on the board here for
You have
EnVy.
the relay as well because Classic is still alive, and this is a perfect setup for EnVy. Oh, but there's one spawn. Ace gets that back bridge spawn that comes through.
It's sticky.
Stops that because, I mean, that's perfect, right? You already have guys from EnVy set up in bunker. They can already cut off that cabin, overextend. That would have been perfect for them, but he's not able to get alive still, though. Classic able to find 3 kills to get that re.
That's tough. It's like if he's a little bit deeper for one more second, maybe he spawns him out cabin. If he gets a little bit more away, he's able to make the play. Like that's just that's almost one of those moments where it comes down to inches or seconds where he's just not able to get the rally on.
Yeah, but still, EnVy with a 1-0 lead, and they are attacking this bridge side. That's a very solid, again, probably the side that we would agree on is a lot harder to get those flag caps because you just saw why, right? That spawn in the back bridge makes it very difficult.
Is there anything about the meta change, the current update to Call of Duty World War II that changes maybe a map like this for you? Anything that stands out, or mostly the streaks? That's probably a big thing? I think streaks is the big thing, right? So if you're a team like EG who, if you would go up, say 2 or 3 to 0 on the side that they're on, they get streaks, they can play very defensively or offensively if you get them stuck back bridge. But now EnVy, when they go to that side, they don't have to deal with streaks. They can get a lot of flag caps. Chino, post up in cabin. He's going to make sure that nothing can build through field right now for them. So it's going to be a Ruins push coming in from EG. Not exactly the push you want, right? You want to be spawning them down here if you can, but due to Chino's positioning, it's going to kind of offset what you're trying to do, as they're not going to be able to develop the push they want until they get Chino cleared out of cabin.
Yeah, but is Apathy, I was going to say, was Apathy going to sneak on 3? No, Classic pushes through Ruins. They want to make sure they have Ruins control. And then once they get that, they can sort of push through Fire Alley, go towards that cabin side. So that's what you'll see, Assault and Apathy. Gonna try and push on through. Aches. He knows there's somebody over here. Chino, he just comes out. Yep, some bad timing there. And here we go, Apathy. Gonna try and push on through, but who in such a tough spot. And Assault, he's able to get a kill through middle. So now a scoring chance for EG. Can Classic step up big once again for EnVy?
He gets the nade and tries to re-peek. That's going to be flag out now. Let's take a look at the overextension because Silly's already here. Silly's ready and waiting for it, but can't win the first gunfight. So Decimate has the better gun at range. He's able to get it. The flag, though, moving forward. Apathy running with it. Aches there into control, but there's going to be 3 players at the base. This is more than likely going to be a flag out for EnVy. They have the man advantage here right now. Not anymore, though. Aches is able to make the kill. Aches can't get the second, but Silly able to finish it. Decimate now going to be the last man there. There's the return. We've got a tie game in the first half with 45 seconds remaining, and Apathy fully streaked out.
Yeah, EnVy there. As soon as they got 3 players pushed up, nobody pushed up to try to get the flag pull out, right? Not even trying to get it closer to their team. Very surprised by that because the spawns were going to come in for EG, which was going to give them an advantage. So EnVy had to go very fast, but not able to do so. And Apathy, he isn't stopping here on a 6 free. As you said, fully streaked out. Playing a little ring around the rosy.
This is big. If he gets this kill, and they can get, I would say, if he gets that kill, and Aches gets that, all of a sudden, Apathy's probably investing a streak here, and you've got to push maybe for another score here in the first half. But with Apathy dying, that's probably going to kill anything that could potentially happen here. So at least one big kill from EnVy down the stretch. They clear everybody else, but Apathy wins that one-on-one. You got a shot maybe to get a second score on the board.
Now EnVy are pushing. They're going to try and get a flag touch before that second clicks. Does he touch it? No, Classic. He jumped right over him. He won the gunfight as well. Thought he had it.
Sigh of relief maybe for EG, but you stole the streak. So more than likely it wouldn't have been a score, but you might have been able to get some streaks out of him if you're EnVy, which would have been nice going into the second half.
Yeah, definitely so. We'll have to see. Is EnVy going to invest into going into Mountain? Because you and I talked about that. The one thing that's so strong about score streaks now is you make that other team go into Mountain, in which then those stun grenades become so strong. There's no armor to deal with.
It's like, yeah, streaks are harder to get, but they're even more punishing. And the most punishing element, yes, the kills you can get from the streaks, certainly, but the fact that you become so susceptible to those stuns, absolutely a huge part of it as well, especially on a map like this. But look at that, what an opening you get from EnVy. That's going to be 3 down immediately for EG. Ache's going to be the lone man.
Yeah, and we'll see. Apathy may have to invest in a streak very early. Flag will go out. Yep, there we go. The Glide Bomb is in. We'll stop them in bunker, and Aches was able to find a couple of kills, so that's big for them.
Aches getting 2 is what's going to allow them to overextend with the power they're able to do so. They've got 1 mid-map and 3 pushing, so Classic has been pushed back in the base. Now a hit from Fire Cut. Apathy sneaks through enemy lines. Apathy's going to get the return. He just dives in. He's able to touch it, and he's going to be home clear.
No, the flag's going to get pulled once again.
Oh, from Chino? Yeah, I got my colors mixed up there, buddy.
Yeah, Chino's going to get the flag out, so we're into a stalemate. Apathy does still have some streaks. Decimate push up towards Fire Tank. Classic, can he do this once again? We saw in the last stalemate, it was Classic who found 3 and got the return for Envy.
So Silly with it for EG. Chino. Gonna have it for Envy. Where is the opening gonna come? Hook's gonna get taken out, so the pressure that you had there is gonna disappear.
Yeah, and you can see Chino is playing on cabin wall because he's so close to streaks. 1 kill with that flag. That'll give them a couple of tools to work with to get that return. So this could be big if he finds 1.
And you gotta know that if you're Assault. Like, why would he be in that position with the flag unless he's gotta be close, right?
Yep.
So you don't want to give him an easy kill. You need to, you think, throw 2 players at him if you're going to get him out of this spot. Assault's been doing a good job at least staying alive and not just getting cut down immediately from Chino. Not that it's the easiest gunfight. Can Chino get that kill? Because if he gets 1, if Chino can just get 1, all of a sudden getting this return becomes a whole lot more manageable, right?
Yeah, it definitely does. You have even
there it is.
Oh, maybe
my God.
Maybe an assist wouldn't be bad, though. It would put him closer. Assault, though, dancing with death right now. Classic, he's going to push up towards this fire alley. Oh, almost had to help a Decimate.
He's out of ammo.
Classic finds 2.
Is he out of ammo? He has to be.
Yeah, and he might push up now. Yeah, he's going to try and find a gun.
I think he just got Decimate's STG. Yep. And he just ran right back to his position.
He's like, I'm going to go right back here.
Yep, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I figured it had to be out of ammo. He's got the pistol out. I mean, you saw him put like 2 clips into Assault and into the front of that bunker. Yep. They've got a decent push here. But who's that watching the cross? 2 players, really. You've got Apathy and also Aches that are just pre-aimed here. And now they're going to call in the fighter pilot. They're worried about the push. They're actually able to kill Chino, so not going to be any streaks there. And they get another kill off the back of that.
And they know where the last 2 players are. Decimate was watching the flank all the way towards Ruin. So Classic's the only guy here. No, 1v1, Decimate versus Aches. Decimate trying to get in a position. Can he get the kill? He can, but he has more pressure to deal with. And I think EG are going to get this return.
He's trying. There's the return, and there's the lead for EG. Now 2 minutes away from coming in a winner's round 1 in 3-0ing. This new look Team EnVyUs. You know, there were questions about EG. One of the first things we saw when this team formed, we all saw it. That, 250-28 victory over FaZe, and people are like, all right, it's online. It might not mean that much, but here they are in winner's round 1, looking to get off to a hot start.
Definitely so. Still 2 minutes to play with if you're Envy. You don't have streaks anymore. Maybe still an artillery on Apathy, but not as strong as a fighter pilot or a glide bomb. And the push is in from Envy. They have to go pretty quick. Hook just trying to buy time and stay alive. Now the trades will start. Decimate able to find 2. Ace, the last guy over here. Can Decimate find a 3rd? No, not able to do so. But there's a trade, but great nade from Silly. 1 more 1v1 at Classic just goes. He just dips out with that flag.
He's got help too. It's going to be Hook that spawns close, so 1 deep spawn comes in, but at least Hook gets a favorable
artillery.
spawn.
Oh, he got
trying to get
through
in position. He gets through it, gets back to Fire Alley. He stays alive for a moment, then Apathy actually gets killed. Apathy kills Silly with the artillery, and there's the tying score. 60 seconds remaining. Joe, what the hell just happened?
I mean, Classic just booked it, man. He got that flag in a bunker, and you saw the artillery was just a little bit late. It might have slowed down Classic a little bit, but it was towards the edge, right, where Classic could get alive, and Classic just dips through that middle alley, gets it to his teammate. Now we have a tied game. Still 50 seconds to work with, and Envy are playing very aggressive. Look at this flank from Chino. This can
let it go, yeah, let it go. Leave the gunfight to your teammate. That's going to be number 4. That's going to be Hook that's trying to take it. As he drops, though, this becomes a little bit more complicated. So Chino wants to get the kills. It's a little bit sloppy, not able to finish it maybe as quickly as he wants. He's going to have to take a gunfight with the pistol. He's tagged up, tucks away, re-challenges, but not able to win it. And then on the other side, there's another big one-on-one, but Hook wins that for Envy. So now, 20 seconds remaining. EG looks to be the only team that's going to have a crack at this.
Now, do you think Chino could have just stayed alive there and snuck and waited for his teammate to get a couple of kills? I mean, yeah, he still
he was trying to wait for Hook to maybe get a kill, but then when Hook lost the gunfight, I think he was a little bit indecisive on how you want to play it. Looking like OT, unless Assault just dives in to get a touch. Not going to be the case. All right, so going to head to OT. I don't think there's any streaks remaining, right? You had the, you had the artillery come in, so I think that's it. So no streaks really, just gonna basically reset here as we head to overtime. Now, what do you think is the single biggest thing? Is it just that opening break really in each side's of the overtime?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we see teams like FaZe who always capitalize on breaks. I feel like 50% of the time they get a flag out very quickly. We even saw there on that side, Envy, they were able to get a couple of kills and immediately put pressure on EG.
I like it. You've been casting with me for about a month now, and you're already throwing out Maven stats. I like that.
50% of the time.
Yeah.
All the time. It works. People believe me.
Here we go. Yeah, people don't believe me. They believe me. That's the difference. But look how close. We mentioned no streaks, but look how close Assault is. He really only needs a kill. 1 kill, and that's going to get him this glide bomb, and that might be what you need. 2 kills also going to go to Apathy, so Apathy having a hell of a start here. Here it is. Here it is. Come behind Chino. Come behind Chino. There's the kill. Now a glide bomb in. You're not going to be able to use it yet. Well, one, he's going to be dead. Two, you don't have anyone pushing up the map. So you're not going to be able to make a play yet. But now you at least have it there in case you need to use it defensively. Obviously, you'd like to invest it offensively, but they've got some work to do as now they've been pushed back.
Yeah, exactly that. And once again, though, just a glide bomb maybe just finds one. Very rarely does it find multiple targets, but we'll have to see what impact it'll have on this game 3 as we head into overtime. After he finds a couple. Decimate, though, doing a great job staying alive so far, just juking behind these pillars. Can he catch Apathy as well? What a play from him. And now the pressure's on. You can see Classic starting to push up towards that ice elbow.
And remember, when Apathy pops, he's about to spawn. Oh, sorry, Assault is the one with the streak, so he didn't have to use it. I was thinking Apathy had it for some reason. Apathy's the one that got the 2 kills to start, but he didn't get the streak, so Assault was up. He doesn't have to invest it at this time, so he's still going to hold on to it. I thought maybe they were going to use it defensively here right at the break to try and deal with the pressure.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure where you'd go with it.
Oh, I was thinking he was the one with the glide bomb promo. Now Assault in position. He's got one more player to help here. Apathy's able to pick up the kill, so they're able to clear it. That's big. I thought they were going to maybe need to use a streak, but they don't need to. Yeah, I thought Apathy was just gifted a glide bomb, apparently.
That's fine. Lots of A's on EG.
Yeah. That's true. Maybe that's where the confusion came. There it is. Now you get to use it on offense.
But Classic got 2. Classic was able to stop that. There's just one player here. Can Decimate get this?
Nice shots.
Nice shots out of Decimate. There is another pressure. And that's Assault. Assault, though, is going to be able to get this flag out. Hook's chasing him.
And now look at the bottom of the screen. They got to keep an eye on Chino.
He has help, though, from Fire Alley. There we go. Can we flick onto him? He is able to. Great shots out of Hook.
Hook going big. And Chino on the other side. Chino's got a one-on-one.
There's a counter.
Chino's
going to run it. They're going to run
help.
it cabin. I love this play.
He's trying to get it out. He's got it out. You've got one there at the cabin alley as well. It's going to be a one-on-one here for Hook. He's able to get that actually with the help of Decimate, and this should likely be the score. We'll have to take a look at the clock. It's a lot of time for EG, but Envy getting on the board first here in overtime.
No, definitely a great job to counter. I think that starts with Classic, who was able to find 2, and
right
then the trades just come in.
That's your worst nightmare when you're calling in a streak.
Yep.
For 2 of your teammates to drop in that position.
And you saw Decimate able to find 1, and then Hook just flanks both those players. Hook, 10 and 18, not the best game 3, but
yeah, he had to get like 5 kills heading into overtime.
yeah.
All right, so you don't have that glide bomb to work with here, but you do have some time. 2 minutes can be an eternity on Arden Forest. But Chino locking down this side of the map. Early in this, EG going to be on the back foot, and that's not what you want, obviously, when you're trying to play from behind here.
Yeah, just look at the performances from Decimate and Classic. 25 and 20, 24 and 21, putting so much pressure on the map. EG now get a couple of kills, starting to fight for middle of the map. Able to find 1, but Hook comes through ruins and finds 2.
What a big play there. Things starting to collapse. You have several down. You think this is when EG is going to be able to strike, but Hook goes big. Uh-oh, Apathy and Silly, though, able to make the play. It's going to be a 2-on-2 at the base, at least for a couple of seconds here, and the reinforcements now coming in from EG.
And look what
a pinch building, a pinch building. Here we go. Classic make the first gunfight. Not able to do it. You think he has it, but Ake's able to come out on top. Oh, God. All the pressure right now to Hook and Decimate. They're trying to fight from the back. They've got the deep spawn, but another big kill comes in from Akes, and they've got this flag out. Now the overextension going to come in. Is Apathy going to be able to get in position to cut this off? Classic able to get through. They are able to pick up 1. It's all on Classic. It's all on Classic. He gets tagged. He's so weak. This flag's coming home. There's plenty of time on the clock, and there it is, a hot 3-0 for EG as they're able to take this series. What a big, big victory. Oh, what is this weekend, Joe?
And well, Silly, I mean, he gets dropped from Me United, but he's placed top 6 3 times this year, and well, top 6 once again.
And more potential to do it. I mean, a lot of the times he got those top 6s, they were having to battle through losers, really. I mean, they were dropping in what, round 1?